It's a rock and roll story. We've made every mistake you can make. Everything from bad lawyers, bad management, ex-wives, every bit of excess that you can imagine. I mean, we lived Spinal Tap, for crying out loud. We lost everything, and we came back from it.
MTV icon, Aerosmith.
Congratulations!
Featuring Jennifer Aniston, Christina Applegate, Michelle Branch, Dr. Dre, Fred Durst.
You guys are the bomb, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm feeling some sweet emotions with all these lovely ladies around.
Eminem, Janet Jackson, Mila Kunis, Jay Leno, Metallica, David Spade.
I'm here to kind of roast Aerosmith tonight and have the whole audience hate me because we're supposed to be kissing their ass.
Method Man, Alicia Silverstone, and Liv Tyler.
Hey, congratulations, Aerosmith.
With performances by Paint the Executioner, Shakira.
Hi, I'm Shakira, and I'm here to perform Dude Looks Like a Lady.
Papa Roach, Kid Rock, Train, and a special vocal tribute from Ja Rule, Nelly, DJ Clue, and Sum 41, and Aerosmith. Please welcome last year's MTV icon, Janet Jackson.
learned last year that MTV wanted to name me an icon, I was both surprised and honored. I truly couldn't believe that I would be thought of in that way. But here we are a year later, continuing the tradition. I'm proud to be held in this same company and also pass on the icon crown to a band that defines the spirit of rock and roll. An MTV icon is a musical artist whose career has grown alongside a generation of fans. With captivating music and compelling videos, the rock band, hip-hop artist, pop star, or singer proves their evolution over time, and only then can they be called an MTV icon. Aerosmith. Hi, guys. Has defied the test of time and maintained their sweet emotions to sustain 30 years worth of dirty, sexy, sweeping, scandalous, and always powerful rock and roll. So open your eyes and embark on the story of a band that is still dreaming on with MTV's 2002 icon, Aerosmith.
I'm not capable of thinking of this band in any other terms than a marriage.
I compare it more to like a brothers of choice.
We're really like brothers. Brothers can really fight, and brothers can have eternal differences, and yet you can't break up with your brother.
It gets way under your skin. Brothers, family, whatever you want to call it.
A dysfunctional family that works together inside of that dysfunction.
But it's that diversity of our taste that keep the band dynamic. Otherwise it would be boring.
So much of me wouldn't be me if it wasn't for Joe, for Tom, and for Brad, and Joey. And that I love having the same horse that we rode in on, that we're gonna ride out on.
It was the summer after the Summer of Love when one of rock and roll's greatest stories ever told began at a Greasy Spoon in rural New Hampshire. That's where New York City rocker Steven Tyler rolled in on a summer day with one of his early bands, looking for a little fast food and a couple of laughs.
We went and ate at this restaurant, the Anchorage.
And I used to do everything from sweep the floor to scrub the grill to make the fried clams and the French fries.
French fries were brilliant. They were great. They were crispy, delicious, thick. Who made these?
I can remember them sitting at a table like down at the other end of the restaurant and throwing food, and I remember having to clean it up.
I went back and I said, hey, who made these French fries? And there he was. And I'm telling you, Joe Perry, short hair, black horn rim glasses with tape. However, this guy played guitar.
I think it was a couple of years later that we actually sat in and played together.
Steven Tyler had dreamed of little else but being a rock star his entire life. But it wasn't until he heard Joe Perry playing Fleetwood Mac's bluesy Rattlesnake Shake that he knew he'd met his match, his guitar god for life.
If I can get my melodic sensibility in with this ball, this music that is just pure feeling, we'll have something.
We all met up at the barn one afternoon, and they set up a little 2-track tape recorder, and we played I'm Down. But I think the first thing we wrote together was Moving Out.
And I went, we all live on the edge of town, where we all live ain't a soul around.
We all live on the edge of town, where we all live ain't a soul around.
I remember sitting on the bed in the apartment when we were writing it, and we're going, wow, this is really new and different.
With that, Team Aerosmith was coming together. Steven Tyler, Joe Perry, and bass player Tom Hamilton hooked up with guitarist Brad Whitford and drummer Joey Kramer. Together, they set up shop at a house on Commonwealth Avenue on the fringes of Boston. The scene was close-knit and often hectic.
We weren't unlike so many other kids coming in with all this idealism and, being away from home for the first time. The only thing was we didn't go to school. We partied.
People were coming and going, and everybody was getting high on something at any given time of the day.
There was a lot of pot. There was Boone's Farm. There was other things.
The door was never locked. The door was always open.
It was around the clock, pretty much.
While the band was content playing local gigs, Steven wanted more and saw that opportunities lie ahead. If Aerosmith was ever going to rock the world beyond Commonwealth Avenue, they would have to write their own music and lay it down on vinyl.
Good evening, people. Welcome to the show. Got something here I want you all to know. When life and people bring on primal screams, you got to think of what it's gonna take to make its dreams. First song I ever wrote for this band, because I sat in the back of a car thinking, oh God, we got an album to do. We don't have any songs. Oh God, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I gotta write a song about the band. What band? The band's brand new. What do I sing about? We only played 5 gigs.
He took us under his wings in those early years, you know. I learned how to write songs. He taught me how to write songs.
Before long, Aerosmith was signed to Columbia Records and had enough material to make their first album. But with the songs came new pressures and tensions that drove the band and nearly drove them apart.
In the first few years, we had a lot of good times together, but we also fought a lot. There were times when people would say, you guys aren't going to last another week.
I remember an instant one day where we walked down the street and Joe just said to me, you know, why do we have to be buddies to play in a band together?
What happened to all that? All that tumult and grief and anxiety and hate and love and hate. It needed to be worked into a song, otherwise I was going to miss it.
Every time that I look in the mirror, all these lines in my face getting clearer.
I found that in my frustration of not being one-on-one with everybody in the band, I got really pissed off and I wrote Dream On and by myself in anger.
No one fights more intensely than brothers, and in the years to come, the battles would only intensify, with a heavy toll to be paid.
Is there stuff there between me and the band? Yeah. And even to this day, I find myself writing and even to the point of wanting to stay in the business because I want to get back at somebody for something they said and I can prove them wrong.